Hello and welcome everyone to the second UFC 253 Virtual Media Day. Today, we will first be joined by the number 3 ranked UFC light heavyweight contender Jan Blachowicz for 30 minutes, followed by number 1 ranked contender Dominick Reyes, ahead of their bout for the undisputed UFC light heavyweight championship. As a reminder, this is being recorded. Please remember to click the attendee icon at the bottom of your screen to reveal the hand icon in the bottom right corner. Click the hand icon if you wish to ask questions and to be added to our queue, and we will unmute you. Click the hand icon again when you are finished or to be removed from the queue. And with that, we will begin taking questions for Jan Blachowicz. Our first question will come from Jay Anderson with Cageside Press.
Hey, thanks very much. And Jan, the feeling was even 6 months ago, it looked like he'd be next in line for Bones. Then he vacates. Looks like he's going to heavyweight. Is the feeling the same, the excitement the same going into this fight with Dominick Reyes? And do you feel that people value this any less because it's not Jones?
I'm happy because I've got title shot. The title is the most important. The belt is the most important. Dominick Reyes is also a great opponent. He almost beat John Jones. Was so close fight. So I'm happy that I fight against Dominick Reyes for the title. I don't care about John Jones right now. He doesn't exist for me anymore. Maybe I'll catch him later. I don't care. I'm thinking only about Dominick right now.
And Dominick didn't sound too happy about the time frame here. He's come out and said he needs more time to prepare. 6 weeks isn't enough for a title fight. Do you have a similar reaction? What's your response to that idea?
But we've got the same time to prepare ourselves. So I don't care. I'm ready. Because I was on my training. So I don't care. For me, 6 weeks it's enough. I'm gonna be ready for sure for 100% for this fight.
Do you read anything into those comments? Like maybe his head's not where it should be for this fight?
Maybe this is his game. Some psychological game for me, but I don't know. We will see on the fight. I'm gonna be ready. I hope so. He will be ready. Also, I don't want any excuse after the fight. That's it. We've got the same time. I've got 6 weeks. He's got 6 weeks. So for me, not a problem. I'm happy. I'm excited. I cannot wait to step to the octagon and start, punching him.
Absolutely. And, a fellow Polish fighter, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, says she'll be waiting for you at the airport if you bring the belt back to Poland. What does it mean to you to get that kind of support from a fellow fighter and a former champion?
It's amazing. I know Joanna a long time. She supports me every time when I fight. I support her. So it's amazing that she said that she's going to be waiting for me in the airport. I hope so. I bring the belt to Poland, and not only she's gonna be there, but a lot of people from Poland and all over the world gonna waiting for me on the airport. I hope so. That's gonna happen soon.
Last one for me. What does Dominick Reyes bring to the table that makes him a dangerous opponent? What do you need to watch out for?
I think for everything what he got in stand-up, he's southpaw, really good kickboxer. So everything, his stand-up is really dangerous. Good cardio, really strong. If you take him down, he stand up really good. So that's gonna be the most dangerous, his stand-up game.
All right. Well, best of luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We will take the next set of questions from Ezekiel Berganzi with Super Luchas.
Hey, Sean, how are you?
And how are you?
Fine, thank you. So, how was this training camp? It was similar to the one you had in February against Corey Anderson, or it was different? What can you tell us about that?
It was really similar. I just have to find different sparring partners. Because Dominick is really good kickboxer, southpaw. So I just have different tactics for him and different sparring partners. But everything was really similar because I don't want to change anything what works really good.
And you seem very confident about what you bring to the table against Dominick. So what keys do you think you have in this fight to become the new champion?
I've got, I know it's boring, but I've got the legendary Polish power. and I will bring this to the fight, and he gonna feel it.
And what it feels to have this very important fight in your career with no fans? What do you feel about that?
That's gonna be weird, but I'm ready for that. But I believe, I know that the fans gonna be with me, mentally, and they gonna watch the fight in the TV. They support me, all the time. I've got a lot of messages on my social media, so I know that they're gonna be with me, in mentally way. And that's it. And I'm gonna be ready to fight against Dominick without a crowd.
And what was your first reaction when you got the news that Sean Jones was giving up the title?
Not surprised, because when he start talking about that he quit, he go to heavyweight, I'm start thinking that maybe he gonna leave the belt and do his things. And I'm just waiting for that because he blocked the division. Now division is free, we can do our fights and everybody is happy. So for me, it's okay.
Thank you very much and good luck on Saturday. Your fight. I'm used to the old media day, so thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
We will take the next questions from Jeffrey Harris with 411 Mania.
Can everyone hear me okay? Yeah. Hello,
Good.
Jan. How are you?
Good. And you?
Very well, thank you. So, Jan, we're just under 6 years from when you first debuted in the UFC. Do you think at all about the journey you've been on over the course of these 6 years and just the determination it takes to get to this level to be able to fight for the title?
Yeah, it was a long journey, good start, then was a little bit trouble, but right now I'm in the best shape ever, back to my old coach. I feel great, so now I think I'm on the, not end of the journey, but end of something really important in my life, in my sport career. And finally, I'm here on the top, and just one more step to get the belt. I'm so excited, it's amazing, something when I think when I was kid now can happen. So it's amazing, dream come true.
Do you think it's suspect at all that Jon Jones is leaving the division and moving up in weight when the fights were, I think, starting to get a lot tougher for him? And do you think the matchups were getting tougher for him?
I don't know.
On his way out of the division, even.
We will see. I think I don't know. We will see after his first fight in heavyweight. But I think that he will be in the future. He will be back to 205. But we will see. I don't care. I don't think about Jon Jones right now. I'm thinking about my fight, about Dominick, about my next fight. I don't care what he do right now. He doesn't exist for me.
And now, last question. In your own words, what does it take to be a UFC title contender?
Sorry, one more time. I don't hear you.
In your own words, what does it take to become a UFC title contender?
I will tell you after the fight. I know. I don't know. I cannot wait when I step to octagon and start punching with Dominick, and that's gonna be amazing fight. And after that, I'm gonna be the new UFC champion. It's unbelievable and amazing. I cannot wait to start fighting.
Congrats on the fight, sir. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
We will take our next questions from Augusto Niez-Gay with Somos MMA.
Hi, Jan. How are you?
And how are you?
Fine, thank you. Jan, did this pandemic context affect you in any way to prepare this title fight?
No, nothing. We train normally, even when was lockdown, everything was closed. We've got our secret place to train, so I was in the training all the time. Nothing can stop me, right now. Even pandemic can stop me, so I'm ready. All my team was in the gym. I've got, really good sparring partners. Everything was perfect.
Oh, sounds good. Jan, you have 34 fights in your career. That's twice the experience that Reyes has inside the octagon. How do you plan to use that in your favor on the fight?
Yeah, I'm gonna use all my experience, everything what I've got, what I learned. in my sports career, I'm gonna use in this fight to get the belt. He cannot stop me. I will beat him. You will see this in the fight. I know he is really dangerous fighter, really good stand-up fighter, but I find a way to beat him.
And what type of fight do you imagine? What do you expect from Dominick?
I think that's gonna be stand-up fighting, really good technical war in stand-up. That's what I expect, and that I believe, I see this in my mind when I do my visualization training, that I knock him out in second or third round. This is what I see, what I expect.
Okay, and yeah, after your fight, there's going to be another title bout. So I would like to know, how do you see the matchup between Adesanya and Paulo Costa? Who will be the winner in that one?
It's gonna be, I think, also gonna be great fight to watch, and I think that Adesanya gonna win by decision.
Okay, and my last one, you revealed the secret to Polish Power. You said you have to eat potatoes, pork chops, and beets. So yes. I am wondering, what have you been eating these last few days, my friend?
I will tell you later, because I don't know what they're gonna give me in Abu Dhabi. But I think so. I'm fine.
Okay.
All our food.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jan, and good luck on your fight, man.
Thank you.
We will take our next questions from Danny Segura with MMA Junkie.
Hey, Jan. Quick question. Where did you do this training camp at? You just said that you went back with your old coach.
I come back to my old coach before David Clark fight,
Ah, okay. Mm-hmm.
So that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, we train this all the time. I train in the same gym right now.
Okay.
Warszawa.
Nice. And this is obviously your first time fighting in this era of the pandemic. Has that affected your training camp at all? How have you done things in the lead up to this fight?
No, my training camp was really good. We train normally, even when everything was locked down. We have a secret place to train, and we train normally. All my partners was in the gym right now. Everybody helps me to have a good preparation. So I'm ready. Like I say in the last interview, even pandemic can't stop me right now. I'm gonna be ready for 100% in this fight. For
sure. And Dominick's last fight, a lot of people thought that he defeated John Jones. I'm wondering how you scored that fight. Did you think that Reyes won? And if so, do you feel like you're almost facing the champion of the division here?
Yeah, I almost facing the champion of the division, but I scored that John Jones won the fight. But it was really close, really small, different between them. So maybe if he gonna do two more punch, then he will win the fight. But we score with my coaches and my team that John Jones won the fight. But anyway, that was really close fight. So I'm happy that I'm gonna fight against someone like Dominick Reyes. He's also one of the best in the world, number one in the division. So it's gonna be an amazing fight.
For sure. And you've been around the sport for a long time. You've fought, a lot of former champions and big names, right? Luke Rockhold, Jacare, you fought Gustafsson. And among all those top names that you fought, where would you rank Reyes? Do you think he's the toughest name that you've faced to this day, or do you think you've faced tougher opposition in the past?
I will tell you after the fight. I don't know. On the paper and everything says me that he gonna be the tougher one, but we will see. I believe that gonna be the tougher one, but I believe that I can beat him. Because right now I'm the best shape ever. I'm ready like never. So yeah, but I will tell you after the fight how he was, how he hit hard, how he punched hard. Because right now I can just imagine that. But I believe that he's gonna be really tough opponent, and I'm ready for that.
Yeah, and then you just told me that you went back to your old coach, starting that Devin Clark fight, and since you've gone on a crazy streak, you've had a lot of success in recent years, and you're 37 years of age. How much has that impacted you, that switch, and what would you say that it's the difference from this Jan Blachowicz that we've been seeing in the last couple of years compared to the one before?
Well, I think I'm mentally stronger. Right now I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm doing this. My coach, he know me really well. that's why I'm in the place where I am right now. One of the best in the world, and for the couple of days I'm gonna be the best in the world. So it's amazing, amazing journey for me.
Yeah. And although Reyes has had a lot of success in the UFC, he's only 12-1. You have a lot more fights than him. How valuable is that extra experience? Like if you could look back on when you were around, when you had 13 professional fights, how much better are you as a fighter, and how much has that extra experience, since you've had all those fights, has helped you in your career?
I think that it's hard to hard to say, because that was different times when I have 12 fights or 30 fights. It was a little bit different times. We trained different. Everything was different. The dietetics, the supplement. Now they've got much better. People know how to train. The knowledge is much better right now than I was in his age and when I have 13 fights, 12 fights. So it's hard, but yeah, I've got much more experience than he's got, and I'm gonna use it for sure in the fight. Yeah, I will.
Yeah, and lastly, the UFC has a matchup between Glover Teixeira and Thiago Santos. A lot of people are pitting that fight as sort of a #1 contender, and the winner there will challenge the champion, the winner of you and Reyes. Do you see it that way, and are you kind of expecting when you win the title that you're going to have to fight the winner there?
No, right now I'm thinking only about my fight and Dominick Reyes, but for me, perfect will be when I won against Dominic, Thiago win against Teixeira, and my first belt defense will be against the rematch against Thiago. That will be something really good for me.
For sure.
And this is how I see in my dreams.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, awesome. Best of luck, man.
Thank you.
We will take our next questions from Jordan Wahlberger with The Horn.
Jan, how are you doing?
All good. How are you?
Doing very well. So, Jan, you fought professionally for 13 years now. You won the light heavyweight KSW championship. What does it mean for you to finally be fighting for a UFC title?
Amazing, amazing feeling. Today is a day when the KSW, they remind me when 13 years ago, I've won 3 fights by one night, and soon I'm gonna fight against Dominick Reyes for the title shot. It's amazing, because I have a long journey, some troubles in the fights, but I never surrender, I never quit, and because I always believe in myself, I always believe in my, in my skills, and that was, good decision to do this, because right now I'm gonna fight against, one of the best in the world for the title, the best organization in the world. So it's amazing feeling. I cannot wait to step to the octagon and start punching with Dominic.
You had a great performance back in February against Corey Anderson, and there was some unsureness of what was going to happen if you were going to get the title shot, if Dominic was going to get a rematch against John Jones. What was the process for you for getting this contract and this fight signed? We heard that Dominic, he signed a contract and he wasn't sure if it was going to be John or you, but what was the process like for you?
For me, I was waiting for them if the UFC will make a rematch against them. So I'm gonna just watch the fight, waiting for my next opponent, because I knew that after when I beat Corey, I knew that my next fight will be for the title, and I will not accept any different fight.
Okay. And, what do you take away from Dominic's performance, his fight against John Jones, his fight, even you could say against Volkan Ozdemir? A lot of people thought he lost that fight. What do you take away from those fights that you can, apply in your game plan this upcoming fight?
Yeah, I've got, we watched this fight with my team, not only this one, but almost everything what he's fighting in UFC. So we know about him everything. We know him, his best side and the weakness, and we're gonna use it. Don't tell you right now what is my game plan. I will tell you after the fight if I did it or not. But I find a way to beat Dominic.
Okay, last question for me. The UFC is making its return to Fight Island. Have you had a chance to talk to anyone who's been there before about kind of what to expect, the quarantining in your room?
I spoke with I spoke with Marcin Tybura. He's my friend and he fight over there a couple of weeks ago. So he tell me everything, what to expect over there. And I was in Abu Dhabi before, long time ago, but I was over there, so I know what the weather is over there, and I'm gonna be ready.
Great. Well, we're looking forward to the fight. Thanks a lot, Jan.
Okay, thank you.
We will take our next questions from Pablo Santamaria with Noti MMA Ecuador.
Hi, Jan. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you really well.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes,
okay.
I hear you. And do you hear me?
Yes. The first thing I want to ask you is if you face any kind of problem in your training camp because of the COVID situation.
No, nothing. Even when everything was locked down, the gym was closed. We have our secret place to train, so I was all the time in training. Right now, also everybody is in the gym. Gym works normally. All my sparring partners, they are in the training. They help me. So my camp was really good. I'm ready. Pandemic cannot stop me right now, you know.
Okay. The next thing I want to ask you is if when you start training, you were expecting the call from the UFC and say you will be the next challenger for the title, or you were training without knowing about anything about your opponent?
I train with, I don't know who gonna be my next opponent. 4 or 5 weeks ago, they tell me that's gonna be Dominick Reyes, so I train for thinking about Dominick 5 weeks, something like this.
Okay. Do you see any weakness in Dominick's game?
Yes, of course, but I cannot tell you right now because this is secret. I will tell you after the fight. But he is really strong, good stand-up. But I see a couple weakness in his game, and I'm gonna use it.
Okay, and my last question is about the Polish power. Dominick has never been finished. Do you think your Polish power will be enough to knock him out?
I will try. I will do my best, and he gonna have to feel it first time, in his life. Everybody have to feel it. So I'm gonna be the first one who try to knock him out, and I will do this.
Okay, thank you very much, Jan, and good luck on your fight.
Thank you.
We will take the next questions from Alistair Bishop with MMA Republic.
Jan, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good, and how are you?
Good, thank you for asking. Jan, I know you've said that the pandemic couldn't stop your training, but you mentioned at the top of the interview you had to bring in new sparring partners, good kickboxers and stuff. How hard was it to have access to those kind of partners at a time like this?
It wasn't hard, because we've got a lot of good guys in our gym, and it was easy to find, really good kickboxers. Not only kickboxers, but MMA guys who got, southpaw position with good, stand-up skills, and also with good takedown defense, and they are really similar to Dominick Reyes. So that was easy for me in this camp because I always have, 3 or 2 guys in my gym, southpaw, really good kickboxers.
After your last one against Corey Anderson, you were obviously quite focused on John Jones. So how hard has it been to shift your mindset to deal with a guy like John Jones, not get that fight, and then be facing Dominick Reyes?
I'm in this business a long time, so I don't care about this. I don't think about John Jones. He doesn't exist for me right now. I focus about Dominick. I'm thinking only about him, about the fight, about my camp, about my preparation. John Jones, it's right now he doesn't exist for me. I don't think about him. I catch him later. That's it.
What do you think it'll mean for the Polish MMA community to have a champion like yourself bring that title back to Poland?
No, everybody says that this is the most important fight in Poland right now, in Polish history. So it's gonna be amazing to bring back to Poland, and celebrate with all Polish fans. It's gonna be amazing. I cannot wait to feel it. They send me a lot of energy. They believe in me. It's amazing, what's happened right now in Poland. What's happened on my social media. How many good messages they send me. They cannot wait to watch the fight. And yeah, that's gonna be amazing night for not only Polish MMA fans, but I think for everybody.
And with that in mind, a guy in your position that's been around MMA for such a long time, what advice would you have for young Polish fighters looking to make their way up to the UFC?
I think that you have to believe in you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your skills. Never to surrender. Never quit. Even when sometimes something's going wrong, you need to fight the way what's go wrong and back stronger. And yeah, believe in yourself is the most important thing, I think.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir, and good luck.
Thank you.
And we will take the last set of questions from Gabriel Gonzalez with Cageside Press.
Hey, Jan. So it's your first UFC title fight. Are the emotions any different for this one compared to any of the other big fights in your career?
This is first UFC title fight, but I was KSW champion long time ago, so I know how it tastes. I cannot wait, to start fighting against Dominick Reyes. I don't want to put more pressure on my head, so I know what I'm gonna fighting for, but I'm gonna we'll celebrate after the fight. Right now, I'm focused on my camp, on Dominick, to be prepared really good. I don't think about belt. The belt, when Dana White put on my give me the belt, then I'm gonna be really happy, and I will start celebrating.
Jan, when you first got to the UFC, it wasn't the best start. You talked about you went back to your old coach in 2017. But what did change? What did you start doing differently in camp? What did you guys start doing? Because this has been a great run. It's almost a 180 from where it started for you.
Yeah, but the start was really good because I won by KO with Ilir Latifi. After Ilir Latifi was bad, because what changed? Nothing was changed. I just back to things what I do before I signed contract with the UFC. When I signed contract with the UFC, I changed gym, changed city. I completely changed my life, and that was the most the worst decision in my life. But anyway, I use it, this bad experience, and changing for victory, for success. But I have to come back to my old coach, because when I trained with him before UFC contract, I won almost everything. And again, I'm trained with him and on the top again, one of the best in the world. So I just back to the roots.
Can I ask, why did you originally leave your coach? Was it just, timing? Was there something going on back then? What happened?
That was a lot of things what happened in our old gym, long story, but anyway, the end of story is really good for me. It's long story, hard to say in a few words,
No problem.
Old gym was, our old gym just started, doesn't exist anymore, and all my old sparring partners, I go to different city, they go to different city. We leave the city, and now we're back to Warsaw and train together. In short way.
No, I understand.
In short way.
You went from being KSW champion, everything's good. You knock out Ilir Latifi, but I noticed about a lot of those first UFC fights, even for a while, always on the prelims, the undercard. It took a while before you got the bigger fights that were put on television. That must have been a little frustrating. You know how good you are. What kept you focused? Because I'm sure you want to be back in the big fights, just like you were back in Poland.
Yeah, but I always believe that if I'm gonna make a really good fight, the UFC give me the chance to fight on the main card, and they give me the start give me the better fight, and I just believe that I can do this. And that was a good idea to sign contract with UFC, because I always dream about that. I always want to fight against the best in the best organization in the world, and that was a good decision. I just have to wait for my moment, And now there it is. It's my moment, One more step, and I will be the best in the world.
My final question, I know there's a lot of attention on Dominick Reyes because he just had the big fight with John Jones and everyone had an opinion on it. But you win, this would be your breakout party for sure. What should people know about who Jan Blachowicz is as a fighter?
I think everybody will know me after the fight. After this fight, everybody in the whole world, they're gonna know what does it mean, the legendary Polish power. They have to just watch the fight and they will know me.
Thank you, Jan. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jan. That is all the time we had for you, sir, today. We really appreciate the time and good luck.
Thank you. No problem.
For media, please stay tuned. We will be live with Dominick Reyes momentarily. We now welcome the #1 ranked UFC light heavyweight contender, Dominick Reyes, joining us from the gym. Dominick, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. We will take the first question from Gabriel Gonzalez with Cageside Press.
Hello, Dominick. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, perfect. Thank you. I mean, look, so this is your second UFC title fight. Does it feel any different getting, just preparing and the emotions for this one compared to February?
Not really. I'm preparing for a title fight, It's a big, huge moment. Treating it the same way, every opponent's the same. I'm treated the same way.
I mean, you've said just about everything about John Jones, and if it's meant to happen, you'll get back in there with him again. You're focusing on the guys you have available. For you, perfect scenario, you beat Jan. What does Dominick Reyes' 205 title reign look like? Who are you fighting and how active are you?
I'm imagining, I win this fight, God willing. Then I'm fighting probably the winner of Thiago Glover, and then we'll go from there. As far as that, I'm not really looking too far ahead. I'm assuming I'm looking at that fight being sometime next year.
I mean, you're a young guy. Coming up, you had to have seen some of these other champions and been like, you know what? I want to be that kind of champion the way he was going through opponents. Is there anybody whose championship reign you really admired?
I mean, all the champs, you know, I've admired all the champs. It takes a tremendous amount of dedication and focus and sacrifice to become champion. And whether it was for one fight or 10 fights or 30 fights, you know, I've admired all the champions.
Can we shift gears a bit? Who do you have winning between Thiago and Glover?
I got Thiago winning that fight.
And for Jan Blachowicz, what makes him dangerous as an opponent?
Oh, he's an extremely technical boxer. He has good power. He's a good counter striker, and he's a super tough guy. And he's been through a lot of wars, so I think it's going to be quite the challenge.
Final question. There's obviously a big main event that takes place after you guys. Who wins between Israel Adesanya and Paulo Costa?
We'll see, man. I don't have a pick for that fight. We'll see.
Thanks, Dominic.
We will take our next questions from Alistair Bishop with MMA Republic.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. My first question is, obviously, you're both guys who had eyes quite firmly set on Jon Jones. Do you think winning the title now without Jon in the picture will leave some fans with question marks, or do you think it's a chance to really stamp your own authority and really put your name on the division?
Well, yeah, it'll be my title reign, so it won't matter what anybody else says or thinks about really anything, to be honest.
And what is your competition hunger like now after facing your first defeat? How eager were you to get back into competition, and especially for a title?
I was more eager to get back in the gym and fix the holes that I saw in my fight. My thing is growing no matter what, win or lose. So I saw a few holes in my game, and I've shored those holes up, and that's really been my focus. As far as the next fight, it was just a matter of time.
And how different is the mindset once you've fixed those holes as best you can? How eager are you to get back out there, just more to prove it to yourself that you've evolved as a fighter since then?
Yeah, man, I feel like a monster right now. And I'm very eager to get in there and show the world what's up.
And the last one for me, what did you say is the main difference between the Dominick Reyes that had the stunning head kick over Jordan Powell to the Dominick Reyes that's about to fight for his second title fight in the UFC?
I'm gonna say experience and poise. I've learned how to poise myself, and I'm very confident.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir, and good luck.
Thank you.
We will take the next questions from Jordan Wahlberger with The Horn.
Hey, Dominic. Good to talk to you again.
Hey, Jordan. How you doing?
Doing well. It's been a long road for you back of just like kind of not knowing what was going to happen. Are they going to give you the rematch or whatnot? How does it feel to finally be getting that title shot and another opportunity for UFC Gold?
Oh, it's awesome, man. A title shot isn't something that comes around, every day. It's something that it's very special, and you got to earn it. I feel like I earned it in my last fight. It's really awesome, man. Fighting for a title there's no better feeling. There's no better opportunity. There's no better chance, and I get back-to-back chances. So I'm not going to let this one go.
I know after the fight in Houston, we talked about how you thought that you won the fight. Are you going into this title shot or this fight feeling like, hey, I'm defending my title? I won. I beat Jon Jones back in February.
Part of me is, but at the same time, it's another fight. It's all about what have you done for me lately in this industry, and this fight is the latest and greatest Dom Reyes. So you'll see.
Right. Last time after you fought Jon Jones, Jan Blachowicz, he fought Corey Anderson just a week later. Obviously he had a great knockout in the first round. What does Jan do well? What do you have to worry about in this fight?
Well, the main thing I got to worry about with Jan is his explosive power and his countering ability. I mean, he's a very technically sound boxer, and he has good hands. His takedowns are pretty good, but I feel my defensive wrestling is some of the best in the world. So that's something I'll address if he attempts. But taking me down isn't that great of an idea.
He has losses on his career. You guys both have a common opponent in Jared Cannonier. Is there any opponent of his that you can look at and say that's a good game plan, or that's something that you can take away and bring into your fight?
I might take a little bit away from every fight he's had, from way back in his KSW series, all the way up till the Corey fight. I'm extremely good at dissecting my opponents and watching film and creating a game plan. I mean, it was obvious with the Jones fight. I created the perfect game plan for that fight, and this is very similar in game planning. So there's a lot of film out there on him, and I've had quite a bit of time to visualize the fight and watch him fight and get ready for it. So I'm more than ready for everything he's going to bring to the table.
All right, last question for me. The majority of your fights have been in the U.S. You fought in England, you fought in Chile. But have you talked to anybody who's been at Fight Island or been there to kind of give you that expectation of, hey, I've got to come in, you're going to quarantine in your room, cutting weight's going to be in your room? What are you expecting as you go over there?
So they send us a schedule. I know how it's going to go. I haven't talked to anybody that's fought there, but it's one of those things we just got to roll with the punches, man. I would prefer to fight, with fans. My thing is, that's like the best thing for me is the rush of the crowd. Like that's my shit. But there's going to be no crowd. That's like another thing I got to, just roll with the punches. Like it is what it is. I want this gold belt. So there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be sacrifices. There's going to be things that I got to do in order to get it. Not everything is pleasant. So just got to do what we got to do.
All right. Good to talk to you. Best of luck next Saturday night.
Thank you, Jordan.
We will take the next questions from Augusto Niez-Gay with Somos MMA.
Hey, Dominic, how are you?
I'm good, Augusto. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Dominic, my first question is, how are you feeling for this fight? I mean, considering that you have said that maybe 6 weeks weren't enough to prepare a title fight, so do you feel at 100%?
I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go. I'm training right now. Get as many rounds, as many sessions as I can in a day. We've had to up it. We just had to up everything and fit 12 weeks into 6. So I feel good about it though. I feel really good. So I'm actually surprised my body adapted this well. And shit, man, I feel like a beast.
Awesome. And what about the pandemic? Did all this context affect you in any way to prepare the title fight?
A little bit. There's a couple training partners I couldn't work with. They had corona, or their family or friends had corona, so I had to, distance myself from them. And it was interesting. It was definitely interesting. It brought our core group together. Our group is much tighter now because I got what I got. It's family and friends.
Okay. And Dominic, which aspects do you consider are going to be the key for your victory?
For me, the keys to victory here is just being sharp, being myself, using my athleticism, using my fight IQ, and just staying sharp, keep my hands up, keep my chin down, and just have fun, man. Sometimes with these title fights and these big fights, you forget about the fun. You forget about what got you here, the love of the sport, the love of the game, one-on-one, the truest form of competition. And I'm very excited to get back in there and perform and enjoy myself again.
Okay, and what do you think about the time difference between Abu Dhabi and the States? Do you think that will be an issue?
I think the first couple of days will be kind of crazy. Good thing I'll be quarantined though, so I'll be able to sleep and train in my room. So, the time difference is always a little bit of a challenge, but this is an interesting set of circumstances. So I'm excited to see how it all plays out.
And what are you going to do to kill time during quarantine? Have you planned anything?
Train, play video games. I'm bringing my PlayStation, and just sleep, train, sleep, eat. video games.
Okay, and Dominic, my last one. In the past, people's been talking about Israel Adesanya going up to the light heavyweight division to face John Jones. So, if you win the title and in the future he finally goes up to the 205 pounds, would you like to face him?
Hey man, I'll face whoever wants to come up to 205 and fight. If they want to come down from heavyweight, if they want to come up from light heavyweight, from middleweight, then I'll fight them. You know, light heavyweight's my division, and I'm about to prove it for a long time.
Okay, thank you very much, Dominic, and good luck on your fight, man.
Thank you.
We will take the next questions from Jeffrey Harris with 411 Mania.
Hello. Good day, Dominic. Thanks for the time, man.
Hey, Jeffrey. How you
So,
doing?
will you be getting a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X?
I'm going with the PlayStation 5.
Okay. Now, do you have to think about for this fight, does the specter of the judging weigh on you at all after what happened in the last fight, or is that something you just can't even worry about or can't even control, for this title fight?
Yeah, man. The judges, that whole thing it is what it is. Obviously the goal in every fight is to finish the fight. You never go into a fight looking for a decision. But sometimes you run into some dudes that could just take everything you got and it goes to a decision. So, that's not something I'm thinking about or worried about at all. I obviously enjoy finishing fights. I like finishing fights. There's no better feeling in the world than knocking someone out, in my opinion. So yeah, I love that feeling and I want to get back to it.
So in terms of matchup styles, do you think you match up well with a guy like Jan to have an exciting fight? And have you watched a lot of his fights going into this matchup at all?
So every time I fight, I feel like it's going to be an exciting fight. I show up to fight, I'm there to bang. I'm there to put it all on the line. I take chances. I jump in the fire. I don't shy away from the challenge. I think it is a great matchup for an exciting fight. Jan shows up to bang as well. I think it's going to be a really, I think it's a little bit underrated. I think people don't really realize what we're both bringing to the table. But I think it's going to be exciting for both of us. Win or lose, we're both going to make a big name for ourselves.
Thank you very much, Dominic. Really appreciate the time and good luck on your fight. Looking forward to this one. Thank you, man.
We will take the next questions from Fabricio Souza with Diario Clarin.
Hi, Dominic.
Hey, Fabricio.
Well, from Argentina, many people have seen you win in the last fight with John Jones, no? However, it was a fight that broke your undefeated. How you do see that now? That it's been wide and you have a new chance for a title, no?
Yeah, I lost on the official, officially I lost. So taking a loss, always sucks. Nobody likes losing. But I gained a lot of respect from a lot of fans, a lot of people. I gained a lot of respect for myself even. I did something that nobody's ever done. I outstruck John Jones. I had a great time doing it. I truly enjoyed myself in there. And it really showed that, I'm ready to go with anyone in the world. I'm capable of beating anybody in the world. So it was very exciting for me. Losing that undefeated record, it sucks, but it is what it is,
Yes. What should you look for within the octagon of Blachowicz?
Can you repeat the question, please?
What should you look out for within the octagon of Blachowicz?
Blachowicz, man, he's a good fighter. He's very, very tough. Tough, sharp, he's pretty quick. He's a guy that's getting better as he gets older, and that's very impressive. But like I said, I feel like I'm better, and we're gonna go in there and we're gonna find out who really is better on the 27th.
Yes. How you think how you be seeing the MMA without an audience so far, and how do you think that experience will be?
So it's been interesting to watch on TV. It's kind of weird in my opinion. How do I feel about it? It is what it is. I'm not exactly happy about it. You know, I love the crowd. I don't know if you've ever been to a UFC event, but there's nothing in the world like a UFC event. There's so much electricity in the arena, and I usually draw power from that electricity. But you know, the belt is motivation enough for me.
Okay. What do you think about the level of the MMA in Latin America?
What do I think about the what?
The level of the MMA in Latin America, what do you think?
Oh, I think MMA in Latin America is growing every day. I mean, kids are seeing that it's possible. They're seeing that you don't have to be from a specific gym or a certain place to be a great fighter. You could be from a small town. You could be from anywhere. It just takes some hard work. It just takes dedication, and you could be champion. Your whole life could change forever. You could have, you know, riches and fame and everything you've ever wanted. It's all up to you to work. And more people are realizing that, especially in Latin America, and it's exciting.
Yes. Dominic, you confessed to being a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
What you would the Raiders have happened today? Clippers or Nuggets for the final conference?
It would be cool to see the Clippers win, so we could beat them up in the Western Conference Finals, because the Clippers are trash. But yeah, Lakers, man, I'll do it.
Yeah. The last one? Which fighter you like outside your division, and what do you know about Argentina?
Well, I know. I think Guido Canetti's from Argentina. Am I correct on that?
Yes.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy. I know that. And as far as outside my division, you know, I have a tremendous amount of respect for everybody who steps in the octagon, especially the other champions. So, yeah, man, it's a beautiful sport, and there's a lot of beautiful people that compete in it. Yeah, man, I'm super proud and honored to be a part of it all.
Thank you, Dominic. Good luck.
We will take our next set of questions from Pablo Santamaria with Noti MMA Ecuador.
Hi, Dom. How are you?
Good, Pablo.
Okay, the first thing I want to ask you is, you said that you're in the gym, so you already finished your training session, or you're going to start after the interview?
I'm halfway. A little intermission to talk to you guys.
Okay, you already fought Jones. I mean, everybody thinks he's the GOAT. What did you learn from that fight? Any experiences about that, or how do you feel about facing that guy?
That was an amazing experience. I learned, you know, about composure and pacing yourself and how to go 5 rounds and what it feels like to go 5 rounds, as well as what it feels like to, you know, put it all, like I put my entire heart and soul into that fight, and it felt good. It felt good to be able to just perform and just let go. I was free. I wasn't worried about anything. I wasn't scared about losing. I mean, it all felt so natural, and I think I really realized how much I love fighting, really.
Okay, you said that you earn a lot of respect and a lot of fans because of the fight with Jones. And if you get the title and Jones gets the heavyweight championship, you would like to have a rematch and go for the champ status?
I got no interest in going up to heavyweight. If anybody wants to come down or up, I'm all for it. But I'm a light heavyweight. I've always been a light heavyweight, and I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, you were asked about cutting weight on your room, and do you cut a lot of weight, or how much weight do you cut?
Sometimes. I don't want to talk about that.
You were asked about Argentina, and do you know something about Ecuador?
Ecuadorian fighters. Isn't Chito from Ecuador?
Yes, he is from Ecuador.
I know what's up, man. These two. Yeah, Latin America, man, it's just heart. It's all heart. It's not easy. It's not easy coming out, man. We have toughness built into us. That's all I know about Latin America. You know, just heart. It's all heart.
Okay, and you want to send a message to all your Latin American fans?
Love you guys.
Thank you,
all.
Dom. Thank you, Dom, and good luck on your fight.
Thank you.
We will take our last set of questions from Ezekiel Berganzi with Super Luchas.
Hello, Dominic. How are you?
Ezekiel, how are you?
Fine, thank you. So, how was the mental process of losing your undefeated record and preparing for this fight, which is a title fight again?
It wasn't so. I didn't really care about losing my undefeated record. What I cared about was not getting the gold. For me, being champion is everything, and to not get it in that fight that was so close, you know, it was tough. It was a tough pill to swallow, and it lit quite a fire underneath me, and I've gotten much better since then.
And which adjustments did you made for this fight? What things you changed in your game plan?
Well, he's a completely different fighter. John was a much different style fighter. For Yan, I just got to be cleaner and sharper, man. I gotta be on my P's and Q's. I gotta dot my I's, or else I'm gonna have my eyes crossed. You know, he's a powerful competitor.
Which was your reaction when you got the news that Sean Jones was leaving the title?
I was a little bit disappointed, but I mean, I guess that's understandable because I obviously want a rematch. But who knows if that's going to happen? I don't put any more stock into that.
And my last question is, what do you think about all fighters that want to jump to divisions to get prize fight or money fights? You think that legacy is something that fighters should take more care?
Obviously legacy is incredibly important. You know, it's a culmination of the body of work you've put in throughout your career. For guys who want to move up divisions and stuff, you know, that's their prerogative. You know, that's what they want to do. Every man has a choice, and you could decide, you know, go divisions or not go divisions, or fight this guy or fight that guy. I mean, it's all a calculated risk, and at the end of the day, you know, it's your legacy, and it's something for you to show your kids and grandkids.
Thank you very much, and good luck on your fight.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dominic. Those are all the questions we had for you, sir. We really appreciate the time, and good luck next week.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Talk to you later, man.
That concludes the second UFC 253